Hey guys, I'm an OK Gamer Girl, and welcome to OK to Play, where I review games through a mental health lens and point out different things that might impact your gaming experience, or things that may have prevented you from trying a game out. As a long-time member of the Mental Illness Club, I always ask myself certain questions before I get into a game to make sure my brain will be happy with it. I'm only going to focus on my own experiences with mental health, but feel free to jump in with your own experiences in the comments. I hope you find this different approach helpful if you choose to play any of these games. Battle Chase's Nightwar combines turn-based RPG with isometric dungeon crawling and a linear overworld just for good measure. It's available on Mac and PC, PS4, Xbox One, through Game Pass, on Nintendo Switch, Android and iOS. The intro cinematic is animated and fast-paced, with loud dramatic music and small flashes from explosions, so if you're sensitive to that, maybe skip it. The following cutscene is presented in a comic book style, so panels with speech over the top.
Everyone hang on!
What are you waiting for? Shoot back!
The gameplay and story don't contain much in the way of severe peril or drama, using humour to lighten everything up. If you have an aversion to spiders, even hand-drawn animated ones, just know there are arachnid enemies in this game.
First, allow me to further heal your wounds.
Left behind
The game throws you right into what seems like an already established story, with characters who are familiar with each other, each one introduced during a narrated scrolling text.
Also left behind was his daughter, Golly. She discovered her father's gauntlets, setting in motion the events that would make her a target of great importance. Nolan, the wise and mighty wizard, whose tongue is as sharp as his wit. His mysterious companion, Calibretto, a war golem of immense power. Garrison, a swordsman, once brother in arms to Aramis, now sworn to protect his only living kin. And the rogue, Red Monica, who can be foe as quickly as friend.
We're given a little backstory, and then shown a cutscene of how they ended up in the situation we find them in. This is a quick and fun way to get straight into the story, and not have each character meet and develop in front of the player, saving time and letting us get into the game.
All right, Red. Looks like it's just me and, figures.
Exploring the overworld is linear, but still offers choice and freedom to the player, and rewards you for going off the main path. The battle mechanics are simple and easy to learn, using the fundamentals of other turn-based combat games. The dungeons are an interesting change from the overworld. Before entering a dungeon, you have a choice of which difficulty you want to select. The harder the difficulty, the greater the loot at the end of the run. This is a slow burn game, with story elements being voiced and overlaying anything that was going on, pausing the game essentially.
Maybe, but with messier results.
Exploration in the overworld is paused by combat, some battles being won after another. This doesn't come off as annoying, it just slows everything down and sometimes offers space for tactical planning, such as which path to take to avoid or engage in battles. There are missions to pick up from NPCs in towns, some with prerequisites, and each NPC has their own personality and stories to tell.
Hey, who the hell are you?
That's a rough way to greet strangers.
Hello.
Bandit cannon blocks the lone road going east. You'll never get past. If you try, I'll be sure to swing by and collect what's left of you afterwards.
The combat doesn't rush you, and every battle is as fast or as slow as you want. Selecting basic attacks just to get through the battle quickly, or taking time to decide which moves will do the most damage. This game does require some focus to play, as turn-based battles usually do. Finding the best combinations of moves to defeat an enemy, or balancing out using abilities while reserving mana and using healing items. If you want to pick it up and play for half an hour, you can. If you want to spend a whole day on it, you can. The stop and start aspect makes it easy to play and digest, with the story moving slowly and introducing small amounts of information at a time. You can pick up materials and craft gear and weapons at a workbench for each character, or find new gear while exploring. You can make potions at the curio shop to use in battle, if you have the materials. And each character has an out-of-combat ability, such as heal the party after a battle. There's also a bestiary to work through, with information on each enemy encountered. There are also mini-missions within the bestiary, such as defeating a certain amount of one type of enemy, which rewards you with stat boosts for the party. Battle Chasers isn't a completely relaxing game, nor is it action-packed and fast-moving. You can take each battle at your own pace and enjoy the story beats and cutscenes when they pop up. Even in dungeons, you aren't overwhelmed with enemies or battles. You have enough time to explore between each encounter. There's also an option to flee battles if you need a chance to heal up or just avoid fighting. The battles start off easy and slowly become more challenging as you progress further into the story and level the characters up. The use of actions to earn mana overcharge always keeps the battle going, so you never run out of resources to keep fighting. Each ability or action has its own set of offensive or defensive stats, mana cost, and cooldown. Burst is a resource earned during battle, which, once filled up, can give you the chance to pick a character and unleash a very powerful ability. The difficulty through the game doesn't suddenly bump up, is very gradual. The dungeons can have puzzles in them to solve or time traps to avoid, but they're quite easy to understand and move past. There's a dungeon map that can help you get around, as well as teleporters you can use to get from one room to another quickly. Crafting is simple enough, showing the item you want to craft and the materials that are needed. Changing out gear is also simple, showing stat changes between pieces. One aspect that is usually overlooked is changing the character design when new gear is used. This game shows off the gear the character is wearing, sometimes with humorous effect. This game didn't frustrate me at all, but some people might want the story to progress faster or battles to be finished sooner. One big positive I liked is that when a party member falls in battle, they're brought back once the battle is over, giving you the chance to heal up and continue. The amount of information you're given on how to play is never too much at once, and every new mechanic is introduced one at a time, giving you the chance to get used to it. So, if you're looking for a turn-based RPG with interesting characters, a full and diverse world, and a story you can become engrossed in, Battle Chaser's Nightwar is okay to play.